I'm gonna try to make a video to help you. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get chicken broth, and this is what you're gonna use. You're gonna boil this to cook your fettuccine noodles in. So that's why I have these two here. And then I sent you a picture of the receipt so you can just see how inexpensive it was. Now I didn't get any chicken, so then you gotta add chicken to the price of what you're gonna pay to make it. So you use this, no water, and this is gonna give your noodles a really good flavor. So what I did is I emptied out this entire 3-pound chicken broth in a stock pot about this big. You're gonna lose a lot of that anyways because it's gonna evaporate. So you need to make sure you have this water boiling before you add your noodles, and then you're just gonna go and add some salt for flavor. So just a little bit of salt, and then you're gonna go and add some butter. I just add about, I'll add about half of that in there, and that what that does is that helps your noodles from sticking, so they don't stick to each other and it look like, you know, all right. Next we're gonna get started on the sauce. So you're gonna need cream cheese, you're gonna need 1 stick of butter, and then you're gonna need your heavy whipping cream. You find this where the milk is, and the coffee creamers and the whipped cream, you'll find heavy whipping cream. And you're gonna need 1 pint. So this right here was exactly 1 pint, so you don't need to measure this out. When you take your cream cheese out, you'll see right here 6 ounces, 4 ounces, 2 ounces. You're gonna use 4 ounces of this cream cheese to make your sauce, okay? So go ahead and just cut this, add all of this, and I got it started already. So here's my butter already, and I'm gonna go ahead and just add these in now. And all I'm gonna do is just, I don't have a whisk, I'm just using this. You can use a spoon, improvise. All you're gonna do is just stir this. This is the whipping cream, the butter, and the cream cheese, and you're just gonna stir this all until it's completely melted. I still have some cream cheese in there that's hard. It takes a couple minutes. It's on medium heat. You can see my heat. Now my noodles are on high heat because remember I'm trying to boil this because I need that water boiling before I can add those noodles in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep stirring this until my cream cheese melts in there. And then once that melts, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 99 cents. Teaspoon of garlic powder, 98 cents. I'm gonna use a little bit of salt, just a dash, maybe 2 dashes. And then I'm gonna put in a cup of this cheese. And if you don't have a measuring cup, that's fine. Just use a coffee cup because extra cheese is not gonna hurt the recipe and make it taste nasty. Now my water is boiling. Here are the box of noodles. Because it's just you guys, I would just do half of these noodles. Even when it's just me and the kids, I use about half of it, and it's plenty of it. When you place the noodles in, I don't break these unless it's spaghetti. That's fettuccine, so I like my noodles to stay long. It's a personal preference. If you want to break those noodles in half, you can. But if you just wait a couple minutes, they'll melt and they'll shrink, and then you'll be able to stir it in there. And then right on the box, it just gives you the estimated time. It says 11 to 13 minutes. Put a timer for 13 minutes. Taste your noodle. If it still tastes hard and nasty, then just leave it for a couple more minutes. And then test it again. Try tasting it again and see if it's soft enough. And then you'll leave it in this. We'll see how much water we have left after they're done cooking, okay? Noodles all get submerged into the pot. Be sure to stir them up right away, so that way they don't get stuck to each other. And then once you do that, once you kind of like do all the separating, that butter in your sauce will help keep them apart and help them keep them from sticking. So just help them out initially and just kind of break them up so they're not all stuck to each other. I didn't get any of the Italian seasoning out. So here's just a tablespoon. I'm just gonna add that in there, and then here's the garlic powder, and I'll do the same thing for that. Pours out a lot easier, so you'll be able to fill your tablespoon there. Go ahead and add that in there, and then it's a quarter of salt, so you just add just a couple shakes of your salt and taste it, and if you need more you can add more. I almost forgot the pepper, so you're going to do the same with the pepper, about a quarter of a teaspoon. You got all of your seasonings in there. Just whisk it like that, and it's been cooking for, I don't know, probably about 7-8 minutes now. And then the last thing you're gonna add is your grated Parmesan cheese, and you're gonna put in a cup of that. And then you're going to stir it until it thickens. And it's probably going to take about 3 to 5 minutes. And then you can remove it from the flame, okay, and set it aside. I added the grated cheese in here already. And you're just going to keep whisking it, okay? Let it cook for a minute and then whisk it, and then let it cook for a minute and whisk it. And you're going to do this for 5 minutes, okay? Until it's melted, and you'll be able to taste it because you'll see that the cheese isn't completely melted yet. So just keep whisking it because you don't want any parts stuck together, okay? So my sauce is ready. I added a little bit more Italian seasoning because I like the way it tasted. Wanted a little bit more flavor in there. Now here's the trick. Your Alfredo sauce it's not thick, but it's nice and creamy. And sometimes people don't like thick sauce. They like more like of a thinner sauce. So what you can do is you're gonna drain these noodles into a cup. You're gonna drain this juice into a cup. And you put your noodles back on here. You'll add your sauce and see if you like it. Now if it's too thick and you don't like it, then you'll add a little by little bit back into the sauce, back into your noodles until you like the way that it tastes. My noodles for the most part. If I went any more, then my noodles would fall out. I drained the excess juice into here. I let this sit for about 2 minutes so that way it can thicken, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just pour that into my noodles. Now remember, the only thing missing from here is chicken, which you're gonna cook separately anyways. So it doesn't matter that it wasn't in here because you'll just grill that chicken in a pan. And then here is some nice creamy chicken Alfredo sauce made from scratch.